Hello everybody and welcome back to the Odious Soul. In this video we're going to go over the answers for the 2019 iTreasure hunt. First, let me say congratulations to our 6 winners of the prizes, plus also everybody who did complete the treasure hunt. I think we had a total of 8 who completed the form. So congratulations, that is a huge feat. You guys made it a long way and I am super excited. All the prizes have already gone in the mail, so just be on the lookout for them. And I can't wait to do another one of these, honestly. You guys made it so much fun between your messages, the communication, you guys had to with each other and then also with me. It was great. So thank you for including me on your journey through the iTreasure hunt. But now let's get to the answers. So let's start off with clue number 1. Okay, clue number 1 was how long is the robe above Forrest Fenn's couch? Now this was a huge thing, as you did not have to go contact Forrest Fenn. All you had to do was really just know what exactly that robe looked like, and then also know that there were catalogs of Fenn's collection all throughout the internet. The easiest place to go was probably Splendid Heritage. So if you went there and you did that, you could probably easily find, that it was 84 inches long. Okay, so the next clue was this awesome picture of an undersea sculpture with a beautiful gold head. All right, so this one you could have done a couple things. Number one, you could have just Google image searched it. You could have also used some of the hints in the words as well as the picture to find it as well. Artist, fake treasure trove, exhibition, scuba divers, you would have been able to do that, and you of course would have found that it was Damien Hirst who created this whole huge exhibit around this underwater fake treasure trove. So if you haven't seen the mockumentary on Netflix, I encourage you to go watch it. It has an amazing sense of wonder. Even though it's fake, it's still pretty tight. So all right, let's move on to clue number 3. Now clue number 3 was the Forest Service manual. Okay, so you were looking for a numbered section in a government manual about National Forest Service lands. So, of course, it was the Forest Service manual. If you looked in there, there was section 2724.4. And this section speaks that you are allowed to search for treasure in, in the National Forest Service parks, National Forest Services. You know what I'm talking about. And a couple people were a little confused because there were some subsections of that section, that went into a little bit more detail, but that one was the basic one that we were looking for. All right, let's go to clue number 4. Clue number 4 was a lot harder for some of you than I thought, so let's just stop here. I swear that this is the whole reason why I created the iTreasure hunt, just so I could use a picture of Ozzy Osbourne and Kurt Russell. You see, every time I hear Osbourne Russell, that's what I think about. I think of images of these two men. So obviously Ozzy Osbourne and Kurt Russell are referring to Osbourne Russell, okay? And what is Osbourne Russell most known for? Yes, his book, Journal of the Trapper, which of course has an appendix, okay? And in that appendix, there is a section on the Crow Indians, and it speaks to how Crow Indian women, when they give birth to a baby boy, they are not allowed back into their husband's lodge, okay, for 40 days. All right, so it also talks about if they have like a girl baby or if they have their menses, but we were of course looking for the number 40 for this clue. All right, now on to number 5. Oh, I loved writing this poem. This was like so much fun for me. Okay, so let's just read it real fast. Last standing under 2 moons, many lives were taken far too soon. Robbed of their gold after crossing the veil, that was just the beginning of this tragic tale. There was a marsh full of supplies and gold that was traded for the injured and the condoled. To find the lost gold that was cast aside, you'll have to search along this river under a mudslide. So the Battle of Little Bighorn, of course, did not end so well. A lot of men died. The Indians who were guided by two moons ended up robbing a lot of the soldiers of their gold and possessions after they passed away. But that, of course, was just the beginning. There was this guy named Marsh who was coming on the Bighorn River with supplies and gold, and he ended up ditching the supplies and gold, or at least rumor has it, to take on board the injured and left over from this battle. So rumor has it, or legend has it, I should say, that when he went back to get the lost gold and supplies, it was lost underneath a mudslide and unable to retrieve it. So it's apparently still there, according to legend, that somewhere along the Bighorn River you can find this lost gold and supplies from Marsh. So, like I said, I had a lot of fun writing that one. All right, let's go on to clue number 6. Clue number 6 was tricky for a lot of you. It started off with a simple cipher, and some of you guys actually figured out that if you went online, there are cipher programs where you can actually enter this in and it'll figure out what the cipher is for you. Now, of course, this doesn't have any spaces, but when you unphrase it, uncipher it, decode it, it's pretty much asking you another question. It's asking you how many days after JFK passed away, or was assassinated, did Forrest Fenn acquire Jackie Kennedy's brandy bottle? So you then had to go figure out when JFK was assassinated. You had to figure out when Forrest Fenn acquired Jackie Kennedy's brandy bottle, and then you had to figure out how many days after JFK died that was. And there's actually different programs online where you can plug in the two dates and you can choose in between or after or all that stuff too. So pretty much the only thing you really had to figure out was the cipher, which there was a program for, the dates of JFK and when Forrest acquired the brandy bottle, and then also find the program to figure out the days in between, so that way you didn't have to worry about leap years and all that fun stuff. So, but a lot of you guys did really well with that one. So number 7. Oh man, this one tripped a lot of you guys up. Now you just saw a sun rise, and now you're seeing a sun set, okay? And then follow that by these 6 coordinates. Now, what does all this mean? Well, if you looked up the coordinates, it gave you the names of 6 U.S. cities. If you line them up, okay, from sunrise to sunset, and you only took the first letter of each of those city names, it spelled out Odious. Odious. And that's what we were looking for. Something as simple as that. And I know in the comments of the video, a lot of people were like, once they finally figured that out, they were like, oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Geez, I can't believe that. And it was funny. So I'm glad some of you guys got a laugh out of it. Sorry to those who it tripped up though. All right, let's go to clue number 8. Now, clue number 8 was easy for a lot of you guys because you knew exactly what to do to figure it out. All you had to do was take a screenshot of this and run it through Google image search, and it would have brought up the row. And I always say this wrong, but it's ROHONC Codex. And I always want to say the Ronic Codex, but I know that's wrong. But I know a lot of you guys tried searching for like ancient books and texts and all that other stuff. All you really had to do was do a Google image search. It was that simple. The PDF of this is available online, contrary to what Wikipedia says. So if you have never checked it out, definitely go check it out. And again, the spelling of this is ROHONC Codex, CODEX. All right, moving on to clue number 9. All right, so this one had so many different pieces. Okay, let's try to get it to where all this stuff is up so I can explain all of it to you. Okay, so let's start with the words. What started as fun turned into a vision from God, sprawling higher than the trees, its massive facade. But the man got involved and shut the place down. Now signs warn at the gate to keep off the ground. So tell me now the name of the man whose vision has been halted, project has been banned. So we're looking for the name of the man who has a project, okay? So how do we find this project? Well, you can start off with the 16 stars. They are supposed to lead you to the state of Tennessee, which was the 16th state to become a state, okay? And it became a state in 1796, okay? So that was number one. Go to Tennessee. Then over here, you have the Smoky Mountains, and you want to go west of them. And you're going to look for a place called Crossville and a road called Beehive Lane. All right, so those are just kind of confirmations for you. And what were you looking for there? Well, you were looking for a tree house. Yes. A man named Horace Burgess built a tree house that was huge. He bought a piece of land. He saw this big, huge tree. Thought it'd be a great place for a tree house. Next thing you know, he has this vision from God, and it takes on a whole new meaning of the word treehouse. It's higher than the trees. It actually has like a little bell tower that's higher than all the trees. And of course, the county and everybody came in and shut it down because people were coming. They wanted to check it out, and it, didn't have any permits. It wasn't safe. Horace's argument was it's a tree house. There's no regulations on tree houses. But I think, everybody was worried about the safety of others. It's still standing. If you go there, you are officially trespassing. But there are some amazing videos on YouTube by some explorers, like the urban explorers who checked out like abandoned places. So I would say Google it, YouTube it, check it out, and just be wowed. I know I probably would not travel up to the top. I know that guy, I was watching a video and that guy, I was having a panic attack just watching him. So, but that's what this was looking for. Horace Burgess and his awesome treehouse. All right, so clue number 10. Man, this one was amazing. A lot of you guys got so far with it and then just plunked at the end. So let's start here. As Randolph and Roosevelt abut to Grant, he hosts a lake of dihydrogen monoxide that can be found through love and marriage. Now, first things first, hydrogen monoxide is actually just water. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. So there was a lot of controversial about, fake spoofs and everything. People having, just showing how ignorance can be really bad for society. And, there were people who started different petitions to ban dihydrogen monoxide. And it was amazing how many people actually signed these petitions because they were too ignorant to know that it was just water. And it just goes to show you, if you don't understand something, you should always look into it further, come to your own conclusion, and just not jump on somebody else's bandwagon. So that's number 1. But if you would have Googled Randolph, Roosevelt, and Grant, you would have found that we were leading you to, hold on, I gotta find my map. We were leading you to Grant Park in Chicago. If you look here, let me see if I can zoom in just enough. So Randolph Street is north of Grant Park, and Roosevelt Road is south of Grant Park, okay? And you have Grant Park in between. And Grant Park hosts a lake, an emblematic lake, which is supposed to be a symbol for Lake Michigan, actually. And it's called the Buckingham Fountain. Now, the Buckingham Fountain was featured on a very popular show from my childhood, Married with Children. So the theme song of Married with Children was, of course, love and marriage, go together like a horse and carriage. Okay, I'll stop before you guys all go deaf from my singing. But anyway, so this is your starting point. Buckingham Fountain, Grant Park, Chicago, Illinois. So now let's go back to here. From there, go just under a click somewhere to the north and walk through the gate of self-reflection with your back to the new day. So a click is a kilometer, so just under a kilometer somewhere to the north, walk through the gate of self-reflection with your back to the new day. So where is that exactly? Well, we go north and just under a click, we are going to find, yes, the Chicago Bean, also known happily as the Cloud Gate. The Cloud Gate is a reflective surface, so it acts like a mirror, great for self-reflection. and you're going to walk underneath of it with your back to the new day. So your back's to the east, so you're walking to the west. And so this is the next point here. From there, we're going to look past the lake of ice and take the path to the left. The one that flows the one that has the same name and flows the same direction as a river named by Meriwether. So now, this here in the wintertime is a lake of ice. It's an ice skating rink, okay? So we're going to look past that, and we're going to take the path to the left, which is Madison Street, which flows from east to west. It is a one-way street, which is the same as the Madison River, okay, which was a river named by Meriwether Lewis, okay? So that's where we are now. Turn left when you find his partner. So where exactly, who was his partner? Who? And anybody? Can you tell me? His partner was Clark, okay? So we're going to make a left onto Clark Street, okay? And now this is where most people got held up, okay? Along this path, you will find a special space reserved for the transportation of livestock. All right, so this is where a lot of you guys had the hard time. And let me show you. All right, so there is a Chicago cow path. All right, so back in the old times, before Chicago was a major city, it used to be mostly farmland, had a lot of stockyards, a lot of cattle, and a guy named Willard Jones saw that the area was booming and he could make some money selling off parts of his land. So as he was selling off sections of his land, he knew he needed to continue to have some way to get his cows from his farm, you know, to an area where they could graze in the pastures. So he ended up having, including in his sales deeds, an easement for cow access. No construction was permitted in like a certain area that would obstruct the cow path in any way. So over time, like in 1925, the Illinois Supreme Court upheld this, okay? And so nobody has been able to build on it. Now, the building behind it, you know, actually got away with it eventually. But this particular area, building that I was talking about, still has an 18-foot high tunnel at the base of the building. All right, and if you go over here, let me go to, where's my Google Earth? Okay, if you go to Google Earth, behind this valet guy right here is the cow path. Literally, it's just a walkway that goes from the beginning of the building to the end of the building. It's sealed off so that because they don't want people in there trespassing or whatever. But that is the Chicago cow path, and that was what I was referring to. All right, so what is the phone number for the business to the west of this designated space that tells girls that they look fabulous? This was another big area that a lot of you guys got tripped up. A lot of you guys did, whoops, let me come back here. If you're looking at here, a lot of you guys saw this for Petrozzini's parlor, but I'm pretty sure Petrozzini's is now closed. I don't believe it's no longer open. I know I tried calling them, and I saw on Yelp that people are reporting that it is closed for, you know, for business. So I knew that was probably going to be distracting, right? So, I mean, man, the messages I got from some of you guys, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. Am I in the wrong place? Well, if you look right here, there is a business called iLines, all right? If you go to their website, now I gotta find where I put their website. Whoops. All right, if you go to their website, iLines, and you go to their gallery, they have this really cool interior that has these comic book strips. And for some reason, my internet doesn't want to work. And it's like, oh my, I'm so retro. And we go back, whoops. And girl, you look fabulous. Yes. So the phone number I was looking for was the phone number for iLines, and their phone number is 312-236-6460. So that was the answer for the clue number 10 and the 2019 iTreasure hunt. That simple. So I know so many of you guys were so close, and I wasn't able to tell you guys if you were close or if you weren't. But I just want to say again, thank you so much for playing along. I really hope to be able to do another one of these soon, within the next like 6 months. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and be sure to follow along and play again next time. If any of you guys would like to sponsor a prize for the next iTreasure hunt, please let me know. I would love to be able to include other gifts and prizes this next time, and it can be something as simple as a gift certificate. Anything that you want to do just to get your name out there as a sponsor would be very much appreciated. I know everybody else who's playing along and who watches these would love some variety in the prizes. So thank you again. Have a good one, and until next time.